So we are going to be reading a story called Slow-Mo Man. This is realistic fiction, and it is a story that we're going to be reading, and we're going to be paying attention for, we're going to be looking at text and graphic features. So you have your graphic organizer for that, so let's get going. And so here we have something where we meet the characters.
Meet the characters. Slow-Mo Man, a superhero disguised as a normal dad. Ruby, Slow-Mo Man's daughter. A checkout girl, a girl who works at the drive-thru restaurant. Johnny Limo, a bad guy with a limousine and a cell phone. Two thugs, Johnny Limo's henchmen. Dear reader, I hope you enjoy this story about an ordinary dad who thinks he has superpowers. Actually, I think we all have superpowers. Mine is an extra special superpower ability to find chocolate in cupboards when really I should be working. What's yours? Marianne Posadas, author. The town. 1. Slow-Mo Man's house. 2. The drive-thru restaurant. 3. Ruby's school.
Okay, so when we're looking at the first few pages here, do we see any graphic or text features? Did we have any text or graphic features? Teddy?
The illustration.
Okay, so we saw some illustrations. What did we see?
The town is working with half letters.
Okay, we see the town. And what do we call this? What is that called, what we're seeing right here? What does that look like? What do we call those? Ethan, what are those called?
Maps.
We see a map, so we have a map. So right here we have a map, and over here we have a meet the characters. So we have a guide to the characters. So let's write that. So that is on page, oops. I'm gonna find out, we're not seeing the page numbers, so I'm gonna tell you what page it's on. I'm getting the actual book. Slow-Mo Man. Okay, so Slow-Mo Man, it is on page 432, sorry, page 2. So that's page 2, and we have like a, kind of a character introduction, I guess, an illustration. I don't even know if it's really a chart. So we have an illustration. So it was an illustration. And it helps us meet the characters. So we meet the characters. Okay. Then on page 3, we have a map. And why would we have a map? What does a map do? What does a map do, Kelsey?
Shows the town.
Shows us the town. Shows us the town. Shows the town. We even have a postcard. So we could put the postcard. we have a postcard. And that is from the author. Note from author. Okay. So we have quite a few things on this, in this book.
Feels like we're already halfway done.
No kidding.
How long is it already on?
Oh, boy, we're gonna have some things on the next page, I'm seeing.
Wow. This book is graphic features. I don't
Oh,
know.
boy, yeah, lots of text and graphic features. So let's look here.
Slow-Mo Man, Marianne Posadas, illustrated by Scott Fraser. Contents. 1. It's hard being normal. Page 4. 2. Bad manners. Page 7. 3. A ringtone. Page 12. 4. A little trick. Page 17. 5. Gotcha. Page 21. 6. A job well done. Page 26.
Okay, now, oddly enough, that's not in the actual book. Because I have the actual book here, and they don't have that in the book. It's just in the online version. So, but as we're looking at it here, we can see that, look how they have the word contents. Do you see how it's bigger and bolder? So it stands out for us. It's a text feature. And that's one of the things we learned about is they will have important words bigger than others. So that stands out for us. They have the numbers. They're bigger. Notice how it's spaced. So it's easier for us to read it. It's easier for us to see it, right, Ethan? Ethan? Put your glasses on. Okay. Oh, how did we go back? Oh, so it was here. Here's where it was in the beginning. Somehow we got messed up. Okay, here we go. My mistake. I
1.
was like, where was
It's
that?
hard being normal. One day I'll get my own TV show. This is how it will start. There'll be drums, trumpets, swirling lights. There'll be clapping. Then a voice will call my name. Slow-Mo Man. One day it will happen. I just know it. But until then, I'll just try to be a normal person. It's hard being normal, especially with my superpowers. You know in the movies when the film slows down and you see every move? That's what I do. That's my superpower.
Okay, so let's look at that. What kind of graphic features do you see on there? There's quite a few of them. What are you noticing? Elisa, what do you notice?
He's a football and he says one day I will get my own TV show.
Yes, he says one day he'll get his own TV show. And what is it in?
A speech bubble.
We have a speech bubble. That's a graphic feature, the speech bubble. So we have a speech bubble on page 5. Oh, we have a speech bubble on page 4 too. Do you see that? See, it's coming from here. Speech bubble. Speech bubble on page 4 and 5. And there's some other interesting things. Look at, what else is interesting, Teddy?
The chapter titles in bold.
It's in bold. Look, it's in white because the background is in red. Don't you like how that looks? That looks super cool. I like how it looks. Oh, and look at that. Look how the chapter number is big.
It kind of looks like a blue.
Isn't that cool?
It's a pretty one balloon.
Yeah, it's really nice. Big and white. I love it. Oh, and then look at this. Look. Look at that. What do you notice about the... What do you notice about that? It's what? What is it, Ethan?
It's a big old red.
It's a big red O and it begins the word one. So we have a lot of graphic features there. So let's start writing some of them. So I'm going to have to minimize this. So we can start writing some of these awesome text features. We have a lot just on the second page, or the next section. So on page 4, we have a speech bubble. 4 and 5. Speech bubbles. Slow-mo man is talking. And then we have got bold on page 4. Bold, we have chapter headings. And so the chapter headings are bold, colored print. And the next thing we have on page 4, which is super cool, is the first letter of the first word is uppercase, or is not uppercase, it's large. So that is a text feature. I don't know what else to call it, a text feature. So I'm going to call it a text feature. And we're going to say the O in 1 is big and red. That is pretty cool. I like that.
We don't have much more room on our page.
Really? And we're only on page 5. We're just starting page 6.
We got through six things so far.
And that's just in the first few pages.
We got 4.
Gosh.
We got 4 boxes left. Oh yeah, we only have 4.
This is a super cool story. I'm enjoying it.
It doesn't even look like he has shoes on.
He's not wearing shoes? Isn't he wearing like his superhero costume?
Slow-mo man is short for slow motion man. Cool, huh? Other superheroes are fast, but I'm slow. Like most superheroes, I have a disguise. My disguise is Ricky Rios, ringtone tune writer. Yes, you heard right. Ever wondered who writes the ringtones on your phone? It's me. Cool, huh? Here's how I work. 2. Bad manners. Today started out normally. It was my turn to drop Ruby at school. The clock told me time was running out. I'm slow in real life, too. Hey, Ruby, are you ready? I called. I'm waiting for you, Dad, said Ruby. Oh, how about pancakes from the drive-thru on the way to school? Mom won't be happy, said Ruby. But okay.
Oh, do you notice anything on this page that's interesting? Elisa? There's a red T. What else is interesting? Yes, Kelsey. It's kind of like what?
It's hard to see the book because you're when you're seeing it, box. Yeah.
Am I in the way? Okay, now you can see it. Okay, anything else that's so interesting? What else is so interesting?
The illustrations.
It has cool, yes, the illustrations are so interesting. So we've got the phone, because he's a phone, he does the ringtones. He writes the ringtones. Who knew? What else is so interesting here? Yes.
That the first paragraph is in my little bold.
It's bold, you're right. This is bold. The whole thing is bold. So the T is red, and then the first paragraph on page, that is page 7, is bold. So let's write that, because we've written some of these other things before. So let's go page 7. So we have a text feature. So we'll call it a text feature. The first paragraph is bold. Gosh, why do you think that first paragraph is bold? Why would they want that paragraph to be bold? Why would they do that? Why do you think? Kelsey?
Because it could be important to the story.
It could be important to the story.
It gives information.
Yes, it could have important information for us. That could be why it is bold. So that could be why that is bold. There could be important information. Important information. So let's find out some more about the story. Because I think we're running out of information too. I can't wait to find out more.
You don't have to write it on the back.
We might.
Because we have 3 more pages now.
We raced to the slow-mo mobile, disguised as a beat-up old wreck. I drove in slow motion to make all the green lights. But when I drove in slow motion at the drive-thru, there were angry people behind us. Take it easy. Even superheroes need to decide on maple syrup or butter with their pancakes. And then, in my mirror, I saw a long blue limo cut into the line. That was bad manners. Ruby and I ordered pancakes with maple syrup. A voice told us to move forward.
Okay. Do you see anything on this page? What do we still have in here? What are we having here? Jensen, what do we have here?
Well, words are in boxes and they are lined together.
We have words in boxes. What are those boxes supposed to indicate, do you think?
What slow-mo man's thinking.
With the slow-mo, yeah, what's going on with slow-mo man? Kind of what he's, I don't know if it's what he's thinking, but I think maybe it's what's going on. So we have the words are in boxes this time. So our text feature, and these are on pages 8 and 9. We have another text feature. The text is in boxes. In fact, it's in colored boxes. We didn't even write that down. Yes.
I also noticed another thing.
What else did you notice?
The page corners, there's drawings.
Oh yes, there's drawings in all the page corners. That's right. There's drawings in all the page corners. That's pretty cool. Yes. Yeah. It's so cool. This is such an awesome story. But you know what, boys and girls? We're gonna have to stop right now. We're gonna have to stop right now. Okay, so we're gonna stop. I hope we have time to finish it maybe later,
Yeah,
but that's all we're gonna do because this story is so interesting.